Bill Pito, Hahn and Wally Szczerbiak, getting everybody ready for draft night. Our coverage begins Wednesday night at 8:30 on MSG Network. Alan and Wally, Knicks at 8. They have the 8th overall pick in the first round. Wally, if you had to say one guy that they would want in that spot, who would you take?
Anthony Edwards, but he's not going to be there. So I'll take Tyrese Haliburton because I think there's a chance he's going to be there. And he's a very skilled player who really has a great feel for the game, high basketball IQ. He's a really good passer, and he's a high percentage shooter. He is a maker. He is not just a taker. The analytics say that he rises up. He takes good shots, and he makes a high percentage of those shots. Also makes his free throws. He's got good leadership qualities. So if he's there, he's got great NBA size too, and would be a great complement to RJ Barrett and part of the backcourt of the future for the New York Knickerbockers.
The only problem is, Wally, I don't think he's going to be there either. He has really flown up the board. It'd be great if he was there. Trust me, I'm with you. I do think multi-talented, multifaceted, and very complimentary type player to RJ Barrett. But since you already brought his name up, I'll give another name at number 8. Devin Vassell. I think as far as the way Tom Thibodeau wants to play, that you need shooters, but you need guys in this league that can defend the perimeter. He's got all of that. His defensive instincts are off the charts. You watch his video and you watch him play defense. You don't just watch him what he can do with the basketball and shoot the basketball. So I think you have another wing player. I do think he complements RJ Barrett in many ways that way. And like I said, I think he fits really well into the way Tom Thibodeau wants to play. Devin Vassell would be the guy for me at 8 if Haliburton is not there. And of course, we know Edwards won't be there.
All right, Edwards expected to go in the top 3. When the Knicks traded Marcus Morris to the Clippers, in return, they got the 27th overall pick. Late in the first round, Wally, they'll have a selection. Who do you think they should take there?
Well, if Isaiah Stewart's still available, he's my guy. I think he's got a lot of upside. He slipped a little bit for whatever reason because the Washington Huskies didn't have a good year, especially in the Pac-12. He was projected top half of the first round, anywhere from right around 15, and he slipped down to projected and late in the first round. So if the Knicks could get him, I love his upside. I love how hard he plays. A couple other names are Malachi Flynn, who carried his team to an almost undefeated season last year, like 24 games through the season. San Diego State was still undefeated. Another one, Xavier Tillman. Xavier Tillman's going to be on an NBA roster, and he's going to make an impact, and he's going to have a role. He had a great career at Michigan State. He's a veteran type guy. He can knock down outside jump shots. He's a great pick and pop type player. He's going to get under the skin of some other big guys on the other team. So you need a guy that's going to be on the roster and going to be productive at that 27th pick. And those are 3 names that I think will.
You see what Wally did there? He just gave you 3 names so that I wouldn't have anybody else to talk about, right? let me just cover everyone.
Your homework, Hahn. Come on, Hahn. Do your homework.
He's in mid-season form, isn't he?
He is. But I love Stewart as a fit there. I think you want to try to get a big, maybe later in the draft, you can find somebody that's a bit of a project. But as I keep saying, you think about Tom Thibodeau type players, talk about toughness. Well, you saw this guy play. He does bring a lot of that kind of toughness. So you like him, and that would be an interesting one. Flynn is another one that also fits that mold as well. And I'll throw one more name at you that you didn't mention, and that is Tyrell Terry from Stanford, who has shot up the boards. This long break between end of season and draft has really benefited him the most. He is a player that continues to climb the boards. And if you want to get a guard here, maybe you don't go guard at 8, you try to go guard here. He is also another guy I think that would be on the radar. But all the names we mentioned here, they could all be there at 27. The question is, who do the Knicks pick?
All right, so a little taste of what we might see on draft night. We come your way Wednesday night at 8:30 on MSG Network. Thanks for checking us out here, and we'll see you then on draft night. Again, 8:30 on MSG Network on Wednesday night.